Faith without action is comfort. Faith requires some action and momentum. Now, I struggle with the fact of when someone just says, I'll pray about it. Now, there's definitely a time where that's an appropriate response and really the only thing we can do. However, I think it's a big proponent that we pray and take action to move ourselves forward, and God will help guide your steps and your path to make sure your action lines up with his plan. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in the power of prayer wholeheartedly. But we can't just pray and sit idly. We have to pray and take steps towards that action that we're requesting of God. He's not a genie. We can't just wish things and they'll happen. It's a two-way street. We need to pray and we need to be direct and ask God what we're asking for. But we also have to do our part as well. And we have to take the steps necessary and the steps that we feel called to do in order to progress. If you're relying on faith only, that can be a challenge. You definitely have to have faith, but we have to do our part as well that God has called us to do. So don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking faith. I'm not knocking prayer, but you have to take those steps as well in combination with your faith and prayer. If I was to just sit back and say, God, grow my business, and I have faith that you will, but if I didn't show up and take the steps necessary to grow my business would fail. So this is what I mean when I say faith plus action. I pray about my business every day. I pray that God puts me in front of the right people to work in our business. I pray that God brings us the right customers at the right time. I pray for the knowledge and wisdom of the steps to take. But I have to put my 2 feet forward as part of the deal. Because again, God's not a genie. This isn't a prosperity gospel. We have to do our part that we're called to do, and God will do his part. Anyway, just thinking about that, because there's some times in my Christian life where I just give a response to someone, oh, I'll pray about it. Right? But what else can I do? Can I come alongside that person? Can I spend time with that person? Can I visit with them? Can I help them on their project, whatever their need is? Because God's given me the ability, the skills, the body, the time to do those things. So it should be prayer plus action, which is our faith in action, if you would. Anyway, this marks day 26 of our 30-day journey. Thank you for tuning in. If this resonates with you, we talk about leadership, faith, productivity, business tools. I have an office series that's going to kick off here soon. This series is just to get some thoughts out there, get some exercise, supercharge getting behind the camera, and get comfortable. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it. Have a great day.